So Mary and Sarah from the Westwood United Methodist Church started this thing called Pub Theology. We meet one Sunday a month up at the brewery, and we spend an hour and a half kind of talking about whatever topic they come up with. So right after we had the first session for Beloved Community, right when I was starting to think about the covenant, and just as I was starting to wonder, God, can we have this conversation about race in Westwood and not have it go, right? So I said, why don't we do it at a Pub Theology? We'll just use some of the questions they gave us here that we had to answer, right? And so we did. And and I threw it out there, right? I was starting with definitions. Hey, what I want you to talk about in your small groups of 3 to 4 is talk about what is white privilege. One of the questions that came out was, what do you say to your kids when they're walking out the door at night, right? You know, and you could just tell all the Caucasians were like, oh, don't be late, and make sure you fill up the car, and blah, blah, blah. Whereas the African Americans were saying, if you get pulled over by a cop, you know, they had a much different story. And I think that it was kind of like a bomb that got dropped right in the middle of the conversation, you know, and this is real, right? And this is what, in every African American that was in that group was repeating the same story in small groups that were not even connected. So I think it was an eye-opener for people.